Hi, I'm Max Ball in Product Marketing here at 8x8. I want to show you some tools we have that make it easier for you to communicate with your customers. I'm going to show you some stuff around chat and the ability to help a customer who's stuck on the web get the assistance they need, maybe to make a purchase or just to help with a question. And then we'll also spend some time on co-browsing, which is where the agent and the customer can see the same thing and take turns working through a problem that the customer may have. So now, here I am. I'm a customer looking to take a honeymoon cruise because happily I just got married. And of course I went to my favorite cruise line, Love Boat Cruises. And right here up front, one of my options is to take a honeymoon cruise. So I go ahead and go to the honeymoon cruise page. There's some information on the cruises, and look over here down in the lower right-hand corner, I got a little pop-up that says, "May I help you?" I can click on that. And when I click on that, now I get a pop-up with some questions. So the first question it wants to know is, what's my email address? I'll put that in. I want to book a cruise, and I can also select my preferred language. Now in this case, I'm going to pick Spanish. I'm going to request to start the chat. So now I'm going to go and show you the agent experience now that we've requested the chat. Okay, so now here we are at the agent screen. There's a couple things I want to show you right away. First of all, we're using Salesforce for our CRM here. So you'll see this is the Salesforce CRM. Our console, our desktop is over here on the right. And you'll notice I requested a chat on the honeymoon, and that has somebody waiting, me, in the honeymoon queue. So I'm going to make myself available as an agent. To do that, I just come up here and I click on Available. And now when I do that, I'm offered the chat. Now you'll notice the other thing that's happened in the background here is I have the screen pop from Salesforce. So Max.Ball at 8x8.com was recognized as a customer, brought up my customer record. So now when we do any interactions here, 8x8 will capture that information and write that into the Salesforce database. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take advantage of the shortcuts. So with our shortcuts, I can type in a keyword and get a phrase. So I'm going to say hello, very clever person that I am. And when I say hello and I insert that, now you can see down here it said, "Welcome to the customer service chat. How may I help you today?" Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to send that to the customer. So here we are back on the Love Boat page. And remember, I chose Spanish as my language because I took Spanish in high school. So now what you'll see here is welcome to chat in Spanish. So now what I can do is I can go ahead and type in something, and this is where I get to show off my fine high school Spanish capabilities. And now you can see on the agent side, it's translated "Cómo está usted" into "How are you?" So now we have the customer interaction. The agent can go back and forth. It will be translated as they go. On that interaction. Eventually the customer's finished, they've got everything they need. So now the customer can end by just closing the window, or in this case we'll have the agent end the interaction. I'm going to hit the end button. When I hit the end button, it comes up with some post-processing. I can do the different things I need to do to wrap up the interaction. When I'm finished with that, it's going to ask me what sort of chat this was. In this case, he wanted to book a cruise. So I select that and I go to continue. Now that chat interaction is finished. What happens is now I actually have that chat record of that interaction here ready to be written to Salesforce. And you can see down here that this language was Spanish. And we actually do a full transcript of the chat. And since it's being translated, we actually do the English version of the transcription and the Spanish. So you can see the two side by side right there in the interaction. So I'm going to save this. Now we have a record of the full chat interaction. That's all made a part of Salesforce. So now the next person who comes in is going to be able to have a very clear, very powerful understanding of what happened with the customer. Now maybe I want to go look at family cruises. One of the things that's important in a multi-channel environment is that you're able to think about your customer and what is the likely channel interaction that they're going to want under certain circumstances. So here in this demo, we've done a very simplistic version of this. When I do honeymoon cruises, or if I were to have done luxury cruises, those are chat pages. Love Boat Cruises, through years of study, have understood that the people who want honeymoon or luxury cruises tend to want to chat. But what they found is people who want family cruises tend to want to talk on the phone. So now when you go to Family Cruise, I can offer to do a web callback. Same functionality, except now when I put in a phone number, the company's going to call me and I'll be talking to the agent on the phone. So again, this is looking at this concept of kind of a multi-channel, really an omni-channel customer experience where I'm starting on the web and I need to work with an agent and I have options and flexibility to decide which channel it is that I want to interact with based on my needs. So now I want to show you our new co-browse capability. So you can see here I am now requesting a quote on the Love Boat Cruise page. I can come in here and I can say the date and time. I want July 23rd. My name is Max Ball. Now I get down here and I start to have some questions, and you can see here it offers me, if you have some questions, you can get some help. So now I've requested help, and an agent is going to be available to help me work on this page. So now we're over here on the agent side, and you can see the agent has seen what the customer types in. If you want, the agent can take control of the screen, and now the customer will actually see the agent moving around in the field. So now I can go ahead and add an address here. It's 123 Any Lane, Any Town. Now you can see that that information was put in. Now one thing that's particularly interesting here, I'm going to give the customer control back. Let's take something like a credit card number. This is protected information. This is something that you don't want the agent having access to. But here I put in the credit card, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Very clever credit card number. And you'll notice here it's all asterisks. So you, in the co-browse capability, you have the option to have whatever it is that the customer types. You can have fields that are protected, and the agent won't see the information that the customer types into those protected fields. Hopefully from that you get a sense of some of these new tools that we have. Chat, help people escalate from the web when they need a person's assistant, make that a much easier process. And then co-browse, where an agent can really get hands-on with a customer and help them through something they're trying to do on the web.